Alright, I'm Ollie Lang, you're watching Social Paintball.
And I'm Rob Sonninger, and you're watching Social Paintball.
Here we go.
This new show is available for your sponsorship. Yeah, that's right, we need a sponsor. Exclusive sponsorship to reach more than 53,000 viewers a week, worldwide, in any language. Just a few $100s per episode. So whether you're Bubba's Live Bait or paintball industry leader, all will be welcomed and promoted. Anything to keep this weekly show going. The show is closed captioned and available in any language via Google Translate. So international friends, don't hesitate to jump in and sponsor. If you care, please help. Just submit your sponsorship inquiry to the email below. Thanks. Now here's your news. Rookie of the Year, GPPL Africa Cup, 4 terrorists busted, the end Atlantis. Paintball Access has announced their 2012 PSP Rookie of the Year contest. Candidates were chosen by the PBA staff, and fans can vote for their favorite by visiting the PBA website. The candidates are Jason Wheeler of Red Legion, Alex Rodriguez of LA Ironman, John Woodley of Heat, Axel Godin of Red Legion, and Nick Leval of Upton 187 Crew. Get your votes in, everyone counts. Top South Africa and international teams will be competing for the 2012 Africa Cup title being held on December 1st and 2nd at the Blades and Triggers Paintball Range in Boksburg. This is the biggest speedball tournament in South Africa. It is the final event of the season for the Gauteng Professional Paintball League. Visitors and players can look forward to the trade show, as well as meeting legendary player Max Lundqvist of Team Joy Division, as well as players from Los Angeles Infamous. So best of luck to all the African pro teams to win the Africa Cup Championship. For more information, you can contact Philip at sasp-paintball.co.za. The Los Angeles Times reported that 4 Inland Empire men were charged with plotting to join Al-Qaeda and threatening to commit violent jihad against Americans. The FBI indicated that these 4 trained at Southern California paintball courses and shooting ranges. A complaint unsealed Monday in U.S. District Court in Riverside detailed some of the specifics of the plot, which resulted in the arrest of the 4 men. So stay sharp out there, we're still at war. Wayne's World Grand Finale is upon us this weekend, December 1st and 2nd. This annual epic event is set to be a great one. Teams from all over the country come to Florida this time of year to say that they've played in one of Wayne's events. This year's event is centered around Atlantis. Here's a bit of the storyline. Once every 640,000 years, the sun lines up at the center of our Milky Way galaxy on the winter solstice, the sun's lowest point in the horizon. The next time that will happen is on December 21st, 2012, which happens to be the same day that the Mayan calendar expires. This galactic alignment creates earthquakes, supervolcanoes, and other drastic upheavals. Out of the ashes of the chaos that follows, like a phoenix from the fire, emerge the Illuminati, who regard themselves to be descendants of the inhabitants of the lost continent of Atlantis, who have been taught the ancient wisdom. The objective of the Illuminati is to place these descendants of their sacred bloodlines as the leaders of their new world order. And so this grand finale between good and evil begins. For more information, contact Wayne Delick at 352-401-1801 or email him at wd24hour@atlantic.net. This week, our tour of YouTube brings us 2 viewer-submitted channels and one of my own favorites. First up, we have Swingle PB Productions, which is produced by budding filmmaker Clay Swingle. So check his channel out, because someday he hopes to be attending UCF to study videography and film. So you never know what's going to happen. Next up, we feature the viewer-submitted channel of MiniTech PB. I admit I was doubtful when I first saw the name, but the channel producers definitely are putting up some quality content and have established a good viewership. So I guess Tech PB is inspiring a new generation of channels. And now for my pick of the week, which of course is Stick to Drum. My good friend Mario, aka Stick to Drum, and his friend Manny are perhaps the only satirists in paintball. That's satirist, not Satanist, so Google that up. He also provides some of the most critical reviews of paintball gear and beer, not always in that order. So if you have half a brain and a good sense of humor, sub his channel for some fun.
Hi guys, you're here at the Exalt booth at 2012 World Cup, and we got Social Paintball here, so we're just going to do a little run through our booth. Exalt's known for the TRX cleats. We've got them here. We got the 2 sets of spikes. You got the turf spike. You get the mud spike. Doesn't matter. So depending on what you're playing on, you're going to switch those out. We do the Hater Gun graffiti bands now. We've got the tank grips. One size fits all. Doesn't matter what size tank you've got, they're going to fit it. We've got the tank covers, which are size specific. So if you've got a smaller tank, the 48s, the 45 fiber tanks, you're going to want a small. If you got the 68s and 70s, you're going to be good for a medium. You got all the colors there. We've had feed gates for quite some time now. We've been that's one of our staple products as well. So we've got all the colors up here for the Prophecy, the Rotor, the Universals. Barrel Made's a pretty new release for us. You can see here we've got 4 colors. We've actually got all of them available too. And if you want to just zoom in here, I'll show you how this works. So on one end we've got our buffer, the swab end. It's actually sewn together here, so it's not going to unravel on you. The other cool thing is it is foldable, and it's got the swab and a squeegee end. The way this works is, if you're shooting in a game, you have a barrel break, you can just insert this on the tip of your barrel, and the rocket is squeegee here. It shrinks up, so it's going to pass all the paint, and then expands out when you pull it out of your barrel. So it's going to bring all the paint out of your barrel. So you're getting a squeegee and a swab in one. When you've got more time, you can obviously use the swab end to give you a nice polished finish in there. Of course, we've got regulator grips, headbands, we've got our throwback pants, we've got our tournament thrasher pants. Also here at World Cup, we've got a new release. We've got team microfibers and player microfibers. These are dual-sided, full color graphics on the other side. We can do custom printing on these. If you're cleaning your lens, you want to use the gray side first. It's going to absorb all the paint, and then polish it off with the graphic side. The team ones here are nice and big. You can clip, they come with these carabiner clips, clip them into your pits, a staging area, anything like that. And then when you get off, you can just walk into them and clean your mask using both sides. Thanks for watching the 2012 World Cup booth, and thanks for Social Paintball for filming this.
Perfect. You want back?
Nah, that's all right. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you. Hey, cool.
Thanks again for watching. Please submit to the news on the page linked below, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check us out at socialpaintball.com, your source for the latest editorials, paintball videos, and commentary. Also be sure to check us out at facebook.com, facebook.com/socialpaintball.